The first to admit that I'm a huge fan, and I know that he's not perfect. For example, head movement is something that, you know, can be worked on, but realistically, he hasn't been having to use head movement because he's just been totally outclassing his opponents. 14-0 with 14 KOs. Anthony Joshua was taking on Dillian Whyte this weekend, and what is the biggest heavyweight, well, it's the biggest fight of the weekend, but one of the biggest heavyweight fights of the year. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and the question that I've been asking myself is, who does Anthony, if you would have put, you know, it's not, I guess before, when I was covering Anthony Joshua fights, for those who have been following my videos, I used to say that it would be unfair to put him in there against guys like, mentally put him in there against guys like Tyson Fury or Vladimir Klitschko or Deontay Wilder right now at this point in his career. But realistically, in my opinion, and I'm a big Tyson Fury fan. Tyson Fury, for people who know me, I've been covering Tyson Fury and I'm a big Tyson Fury fan, but Anthony Joshua beats Tyson Fury, you know, in my opinion. Anthony Joshua beats Vladimir Klitschko, in my opinion, especially whatever this Vladimir Klitschko is right here. Anthony Joshua beats Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, even though that would be a great, that would be a matchup where styles make fights. So I just feel that right now Anthony Joshua is the future of the heavyweight division, and it's about time for him to start stepping up in competition. Don't be surprised if the WBC orders if Anthony Joshua wins against Dillian Whyte. Now, it's crazy because I understand I'm not giving Dillian Whyte too much of a chance, but that amateur win don't really mean nothing to me. And plus, in Dillian Whyte's last two fights, he hasn't looked too impressive. You know, and he just seems as though, I'm not saying that he's just going to get ran over by Anthony Joshua. A lot of people have been, when I've been reading the comments, thinking I've been saying that Anthony Joshua is going to knock him out. He may knock him out. I believe this, of course, is Anthony's. Well, this is not, of course, this is Anthony Joshua's toughest fight of his career. But if he gets the knockout, you know, then that's more of another feather in his hat, because I'm going to say, well, listen, you know, give me Bermane Stiverne right now, because it's looking like the WBC is going to order. Now, listen to me. When it comes to the WBC, I'm pretty good at knowing how their rankings work with the WBC, the WBA, IBF, and the IBO. But normally, you know, what they do is they always put their number one and number two guy together. So right now, it's looking like it's going to be Anthony Joshua versus Bermane Stiverne sometime within the next year for the WBC silver title at the heavyweight division. So, oh, by the way, Anthony Joshua weighed in at 245, Dillian Whyte 247. I've been kind of, you know, looking at Dillian Whyte and, you know, looking at the Gloves Are Off episode and listening to his interviews. He seems to be confident, but yet, you know, like, I'm not going to say like not overconfident. He just looks like, you know, he's not looking at this like this is the biggest fight of his career. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but when it comes to Anthony Joshua, it's just another thing, another day in the park for this 6'6" genetic freak, whatever the hell he is. So when it comes to the heavyweight division, I'm really high on this dude, and I really think that he can beat a lot of heavyweights right now, even though it may be fair, it may not be fair to say. But I'm going to be covering the fight, Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte. It's a big heavyweight fight, the biggest test of Anthony Joshua's career. And it's going to be interesting to see how he approaches this fight. And if he's finally going to get the rounds that he's been wanting under his belt, because he's never been past 4, if I'm correct. So it's going to be interesting to see like how he approaches a Dillian Whyte fight, and also what Dillian Whyte is going to show up, because let's not get it twisted. I haven't been talking about it in my videos, but Dillian Whyte can fight. He's no slouch. You know, he can box, and he does have a win over Anthony Joshua in the past, even though we do say it is the amateurs. So, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.